Microphone check, microphone check. I don't wanna hear any static on that bitch. What's good, y'all? It's your boy Buddha. Remember Buddha? We are back with another episode of your favorite podcast, Fly on the Wall. And you know, every time I bring a guest on here, we always like to make sure we get the coolest, most respected, most talented, just the most dubious, cool people that we can on this shit. So, without further ado, I'm going to get a little intro for my boy here. I have known this dude for a while now, and he is arguably the most talented producer I've ever met. This dude is incredible at every facet of instruments. Great drummer, great keyboardist. I mean, you name it. Songwriter supreme. I'm going to stop hyping him up. I do this shit every fucking time. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we have Thomas Paden.
My boy.
Yes, sir.
What up, dog?
Hell yeah.
I guess I'll do the little short introduction.
Yeah, give a little brief intro on yourself, man.
Man, for those who know me, TP7, Thomas, whatever y'all want to call me.
Yes, sir. TP7 in the house.
Y'all know what it is, man. Just, I've been doing music my entire life. Just my whole family does music.
Hell yeah.
And so just growing up in a family like that, I mean, it's kind of pretty inevitable.
Yeah, you can't run from it.
You can't run from it. Yeah. So it's just kind of what my life is, man. I mean, that's the basis of my life. Music, family, God, love. That's my entire life, bro.
That's beautiful. See, that's it. He's got the format right there. I hope that y'all take that and apply it to yourself,
For
too.
sure.
That's real. That's game. So, I mean, we were kicking it before the whole podcast started. We were playing music, talking about, we came up together for real
we
on
did.
some shit. Like,
we already know.
Hell yeah. Like, we would, shout out to our boy Daniel. We would go to Daniel's house and just, we'd work on music in the basement, in his bedroom. I mean, we were just jamming
all day.
All day, all the time. And we were just talking about how we've both have sharpened our skills, and we've both looked at the point where we started and where we've gotten to, which is super dope.
Yeah.
So I already know a lot about you, Thomas, but I need the people to know about you a little bit. Yeah. So I'm gonna ask you some stuff that's gonna be able to share some of that with the people here. So with that being said, you are an incredible producer. You're an incredible songwriter. You are very talented in just any facet, musically and hoops. I ain't gonna lie, this dude is a bucket, low-key.
Come on, man.
I swear to God, he's like Derrick Rose with a 3-point shot.
And I want that smoke, so come on, I'm with that.
He ain't lying. He will deliver, bro. He does delivery.
Oh, no,
it's like Pizza Hut.
Oh man, my knees. I'm starting to get old. I don't know. I want that smoke, but come light. Nah, this one. Nah, I'm ready.
It's gonna be some Marlboro 72s. That's the light smoke for you. But with that being said, you're super dope, bro. You're super talented. Everything that you do is you do it to the fullest. So with that being said, when you're writing songs, when you're creating music, what is your process? Like, what's the first thing that almost sparks you to want to write a song or make a song for that matter? Or even just grab an artist, because you produce for a lot of artists. What makes you go, all right, I'm going to grab this artist and work on them? Just I guess in general, what's just your process of making music,
It's pretty simple, man. I think it's, you start off with, your imagination is everything, man.
Hell yeah.
So, whether that's, in your own way saying, this is an idea that I felt like, God gave me, or it's just something, you use your gift.
Right.
And I feel like just my imagination, that's where it starts.
Hell yeah, that's dope.
My love for it, and then my imagination of just sitting at
what are the possibilities almost?
What are the possibilities, and how far can I stretch that possibility, but also how can I make it reality? And I use that same method for everything. Just even coming up with songs, it's
hell yeah.
What's on my mind? What am I thinking about? What is the music that's in my head that I'm thinking about?
Yeah.
Sit down, create
how's it talking to me?
Yeah. How's it talking to me? Sit down and create, and then our process is simple. Even how we started, we just if the idea's there.
Yeah, just apply it.
And even if it's not, sit down and play.
Come up with another one.
Something might come out, and so start there, man. And I think I released one song last year.
Yeah.
Which was normally I tried to release a couple more.
Yeah,
but,
give us a batch. But, we deserve the Thomas batch.
I was working on a lot of other projects, so I didn't have a lot of time to do my own music. Yeah. Which I was fine with that because it allowed me to, you know, branch out and work with a lot of people. But that song I have been working on, and actually, little side note, KV the writer.
Oh, hell yeah.
Me and she came over 2 years prior to last year. And we were going through some beats, and like I showed her that beat. Yeah. And she was like, yo, I dig that. Like, you know,
hell yeah.
Me and her ended up working on a different song, which she's gonna be using, I'm sure, pretty soon here. But
tough.
It was just sitting in the vault. And like I was like, I really want to finish this song.
Gotta get this shit done, right?
So like I'm like, last year I was like, I'm gonna finish this. And so I called my friends, man. My friend Najee Daniels, he featured on there. Marvell Q. And Bray's Anatomy.
Bray's Anatomy.
That's what she goes by. If you see her page, you know.
Yeah.
You know that's what she goes by.
Damn
so
right.
Like that, sometimes I have a process that's like that, where it's old song and I'm like, you know, this needs new life.
Yeah,
and so
almost add an extra ingredient after a while. Be like, all right, now the recipe is done. Yeah. Like I feel that. Like you'll almost have I look at it as like an egg in an incubator. Yeah. You know, sometimes the egg's not ready to hatch until it's ready to hatch. And I know that sounds simpler than it is, but literally like you can make a song and maybe there's a few missing pieces that you don't know what those missing pieces are, and then it takes maybe a year sometimes for those ideas to come to life. And sometimes that's just how you make the pie.
Yeah.
Like,
and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean,
hell yeah.
I'm probably the first person that'll tell you like, oh, that beat was old. I don't, you know, but lately I'm like, I don't even care. I'll go back to stuff I made when I was 15, 16.
And I mean, I do the same thing. I mean, the stuff I was playing before we got on here, some of those are like 2 or 3 year old records. Yeah. And they're just so good, and they had something that had me coming back to them that I'm like, I have to finish this.
Right.
And you know, that's the same thing you're talking about. It could be a record you made when you were 15.
Yeah.
And there's just a piece of it that you know is so good you can't let it go.
Yep.
So the older, more mature and smarter Thomas can take that and reapply
for sure
what you got now, and obviously it turns into something super dope. So hell yeah.
Working with great people, man, you know,
hell yeah,
it starts there.
Do you when you're working with like artists, I guess, you know, what do you think is something that like catches you that makes you go, I want to work with this artist? Do you think it's more like passion, like their passion behind it? I feel like that's something for me. Like if I'm working with somebody, I want to know that they're really involved in what they want to do. I think that's what usually draws me to work with people.
Usually I'm inspired by them actually. Yeah. That's really dope. What it is. Like,
it's sick.
Seeing, you know, Brayla, like I was like, yo, she is a different animal, man.
Hell yeah.
And I don't know if, you know, following, like, y'all definitely need to follow her.
Thanks. Bray's Anatomy.
She's been doing a lot of great work.
Hell yeah.
She stays busy, so, you know, there's always some new, you know, that she's either dropping or, working, you know, whether she's doing content, whatever it is, you'll see that she's, you know, consistent. And so,
hell yeah.
That, like, just, you know, and I had a great friend, you know, of mine reach out to me and, like, tell me that I need to listen to her. And I mean, from that point on, I inboxed her maybe the day after I heard her album. I was like, yo,
it was a wrap.
I need to work with you.
Hell yeah, that's dope.
And so we're actually coming out with an EP that I'm producing and that she's, you know, writing, and, you know, gonna have some features on there.
I know that shit's
Can't tell y'all everything, but
keep it. I get it. Keep it on lockdown. Yeah, you know, it's we just need the movie trailer. Yeah. That's all. They give us 15 seconds of something.
Yeah, no, for real. But like people who inspire me, man, that's who I like to work with, and so whether that's, you know, I mean, I have family that inspire me as well. So that's where it starts, man. People that have a passion, and just people that literally just like when I see them, just as much as they may say they feel the same way about me, I'm like, nah.
Yeah, you see the same in them.
I see the same thing in you. And I'm like, dude, this is like, you're dope. So I would love to create and do stuff. Yeah, man.
That's super real. Yeah. I agree with that completely. I feel like most of the people that I'm ever because I feel like if I'm working with someone who's like 1 foot in, 1 foot out the door, I get real weary of working with them because I'm like, all right, how invested are you in yourself in this? So like, if you're not invested in yourself, then why would I want to invest my time? Because I mean, you take this shit serious. I take this shit serious. All artists who take this shit serious want to work with other artists who feel the same way. Exactly. We don't want to work with people who are, just kind of, it's a hobby. We're just Joe Schmoing it. It's like, this is a driving force for my life, just as I know it is for yours. Yeah. And, I mean, growing up with you and Daniel and Bianca over at the Fitzpatrick house, I saw that with you guys. Yeah. And I gained a lot of what I got from you guys, where it'd be like, all right, this family is so driven to make really cool music, really cool art. And it felt like therapy. It felt like therapy sessions.
More therapy than drive.
Yeah. But
I mean, it was drive, but
it was definitely a lot of therapy. And I think both of those ends go into like the people I want to work with. I want to work with people who treat it as a therapy session, who treat music as like a driving force in their life, and like let their passion bleed through on the mic. Let their passion bleed through on the keys. But yeah, that's dope. I'm happy that you think that way, because that reassures me that I'm not dumb for thinking the same fucking way.
No, dude. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, sometimes you just have to, some people, music it does different things for them, and when you know how you grew up, and you know that like music is just, it's in your blood. It's like, you just can't.
It speaks to you.
It in a whole different, so like you're saying, like it makes you want to work with people like that, because you know that they appreciate it, or that they hold it dear to them just as much as you do.
Yeah, yep.
It's super important.
And then it just adds to the value when you're collabing and you both feel the same.
Oh, for sure.
Because then that makes, I mean, there's nothing better than a united effort working on music.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like I do a lot of the hermit crab shit, where sometimes I'm by myself working on it.
Same.
And then,
I get there.
I'm sure you do, because we both just spew music out like crazy.
Yeah.
And I feel like whenever I'm working by myself, that's when I make some really dope shit, but I question myself an awful lot. So when I'm working with somebody, I get that reassurance of like, is this dope? Yeah, it's dope. All right, cool. Yeah. And then the other person asks me, is this dope? Yes, it's dope. So it's like,
you need that.
You get that reassurance and that like, same driving effort. That's going to only make that collaboration even better.
Yeah,
so
I agree.
Hell yeah. So everyone who does work on music, who's watching this shit right now, please be driven. Please don't park that fucking car. Like,
and don't be afraid of, opinions and critiques and or criticism, I should say. It's and collaboration, like all those things just really just make you better, man.
They do.
I
feel like for me, a lot of my all my downfalls as an artist are the reason I became great as an artist. Like and like the very, very first project I ever made was in high school, and I was like freestyling on some fucking like McDonald's like headphones, and I had Audacity.
Oh, so Audacity, bro. Yeah.
So that's what I was recording on, and like, I mean, it was just, I was horrible. Like I could rap, but like I didn't know how to write songs. I didn't know how to pick my words properly for like making it sound cool and phrasing stuff the right way. Yeah. And I learned from all that shit, and then it, kind of taught me to make sure, like, almost like, don't do that shit again. Yeah, like, you fucking up.
I mean, it's a process, man. I still going through a process of just, for me, songwriting is my process. Like, that's real lyrically.
It's deep.
Like, I always want to get better at that, because I feel like, when you're just like sports, we're both sports guys, but like,
yes, sir.
It's one thing. It's one thing to like go to the gym and practice shooting all day and practice, mechanics. Like you could practice mechanics, you could practice those things, but learning how to understand the game from a different perspective,
the nuance,
or the nuances of it, just like, what happens when I, penetrate to the basket, the floor opens up and people are open now. Like, it's that stuff you have to,
understand,
over experience over time. And so like, same with music, is just like, I could practice making beats. Like, you could do that, but like making a song that impacts the world and like affects people and like impacts people and like really gets to their heart is like, that's a process, like every day.
Game.
Like, that is not easy. And so
hell yeah,
you have to, you know, those are the things I'm working on now, is just like songwriting.
Right.
Just like,
and
okay,
how
what makes a good song?
Yeah, how to like, my bad for interrupting.
No, you good, bro.
I feel like songwriting to me, the way I understood it before and the way I understand it now. The way I understood it before was like, all right, songwriting is just writing something catchy that people are going to like. Yeah. Now I look at songwriting completely differently.
Yeah.
I look at songwriting as, all right, how do I translate this emotion? That's literally what songwriting is to me. It's translating emotion into a song so you can get it translated to you too. Yeah. And, you know, I feel like when I was younger, I didn't understand that. It was like what you're saying, like, all right, I'm just driving to the hoop and practicing layups all fucking day.
Yeah.
But I'm not thinking about what outside, knowing what, like, you know, if I cut to the fucking rack and I go for a layup and I got the defense collapse, just like you were saying, defense collapsing, there's a different perspective. It's not just me going for the layup anymore. It's me making a bunch of different possibilities out of something. Yeah. So, and that's the same thing with songwriting, where it's like, all right, you know, you can practice the tangible skills, the nuance of it. How do you translate the emotion to a bigger perspective? How do you make it? How do you see Reggie Miller in the corner for a three?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, instead of me getting the and one, like, you know, I gotta, all right, cool. Yeah. Change it up. Yeah. Different game, different strokes for different folks.
It is. That's very true, man.
Yeah, that's dope. I don't want to test my camera's limits because this shit, you know, I was just saying, it'll fucking run out.
Do what you gotta do. We good. We good.
We will be taking our intermission and enjoying our Chick-fil-A. Ladies and gentlemen.
You know what it is. Anybody that's been watching my stories, you know what's up.
This is the Chick-fil-A man.
You know
right
what's
here.
up. You know
Chick-fil-A, get a hold of him, please.
They did, and they still owe me a free salad.
Y'all heard it here first.
Y'all still owe me a free salad.
Get this man a Cobb salad,
Come on,
bro.
man.
What the hell is going on, man?
You know my order.
With that being said, we'll be right back after this break. Remember, Buddha TV, don't change the channel.
Yay.
When you hear the rhythm, start to move. Are you ready?
Yeah. They know we rain, well damn it, now keep pouring. People in my comments, they telling me keep going, look. Okay, people, they in my comments, they telling me keep going, They got me fucked up, but I don't feel the hangover. They got me waiting to fly like a layover. But when does it ever flip like game over? Damn it, I can't play this game. Alright, y'all.
And we're back.
We are back. We are motherfucking back. We had to hit our Chick-fil-A break.
You know it.
I got an 8 count.
I got a 12 count.
Got a 12. I typically get the 12, but I already had a little food earlier, so.
Well, I mean, I'm fat, so.
Same, bro. It's all right. They don't call me Buddha for no reason.
I mean, that was my kid.
Yeah, you were, yeah. His nickname was Buddha, too.
I tried to end that because I was like, as a kid, I was like.
It's like, man, motherfuckers keep calling me fat, bro.
That. But I mean, now you made that tight, so I mean,
I'm trying. We are reviving the view on Buddha.
Yeah,
you're not fat if your name's Buddha. You're just cool as shit.
You're just cool. That's crazy.
So let's recap the first half. So we talked a lot about your process making music.
Yeah.
We talked just music and life stuff in general and its parallels, which, you know, I feel like there's a lot of good game in there for all the viewers to pick up on. You motherfuckers better pick up. So, you know, it's always good getting to know the guests that we bring on here and sharing people with that. And, you know, you're super talented. So everyone, please tap into this dude's music. Please pull up to his shows, everything that he's doing. Don't lose your eyes on it. With that being said, though, let's move on to the next segment. Probably my favorite part of every podcast episode. It's a running theme at this point. So this is our overrated, underrated series.
Let's get it.
I wrote a bunch of random subjects, stuff that you can talk about. And you're going to pull it out the hat, call it overrated, underrated, or perfectly rated, and we'll talk about it.
All right.
All right, let's get it. Yeah, boy.
All right, what did I pull out? Pause. Pause.
Oh shit! Pull out. Oh god! Pause. Keep it playing though.
Oh, this is a good one, bro.
Yeah. What is it off the jump, bro? Can you read my handwriting too? Is it good?
Robert Glasper.
Oh, see, I know, cause I know you fucks with Robert Glasper, and I also do too. And I feel like that's rare because it's hard to find other Robert Glasper fans in a modern music world. Like
overrated or underrated, man. Dang,
that's a tough call. He can be perfectly rated too. So any of those three.
I like the controversy. I like,
Yeah, hell yeah.
Just a little bit.
Let's go, Kat. What you got?
He's overrated. No, I'm just playing.
Steve Harvey.
I'm just playing. I think as two things. And
Okay.
I hope this counts.
Yeah, keep it
but
real.
Like, as a musician, and I don't want to sound like, I'm hating or anything.
No,
I'm
yeah.
definitely not. There's a little bit of overratedness that goes on. I think he's Robert Glasper.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He's one of the most talented
legend
human beings. But to me, I also think he's one of those guys that's like the people around him that he surrounds himself with.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like they
kind of fuel.
They don't get enough credit from the public eye.
Oh, there we go. Hell yeah.
I mean, musicians know.
Yeah.
And they know what Chris Dave and Derek Hodge and people like that bring to his, creative space. But
hell yeah.
A lot of people just be like,
it's Robert Glasper. Yeah, it's like, just him. Yeah,
it's a lot of people that
it's the group for sure.
It's the camp that he's in, the people that he works with, the people that he brings on that and he doesn't he shares that. Like if y'all ever talk to him or hear him talk about his process, he's always, shining light on the people that he works with.
Hell yeah.
The writers that he works with, the people who write his songs, the people who help him, arrange his music. Like, he gives, credit where it's due. So,
yeah.
I'm going to say on that scale,
overrated. Because the rest of the crowd.
But as far as, him
in
his
general.
legacy,
yeah,
he might be underrated because I feel like, I mean, you got to think, when he won R&B Grammy Award.
Yeah, over
a lot of people did not even know who he was. Chris Brown.
Yeah, I was gonna say there was the whole Chris Brown controversy of him being like, "Who the fuck's Robert Glasper?" I'm like, bro, what?
Yeah. Now that's crazy to not even really know who he is.
Yeah, especially someone like Chris Brown too, where I feel like he's been in rooms with these kind of people, and. I don't know, man. I remember I got hip to like Robert Glasper like probably 6 or 7 years ago, and it was like he had some. I forgot the name of the album. I'm so bad at thinking of the names of albums, but he had a record with like Erykah Badu on there, and it was just like I don't know.
The first Black Radio was she on there?
Fuck, I can't remember, but I know it was like a compilation album where it was like him featuring. It was like his album, but a bunch of other artists were like.
It's probably Black Radio.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
For sure.
Yeah.
Probably the first one.
Yeah,
I can't remember if she was on the first or second.
But I fell in love with the sound of it. I loved it. It was a lot of like jazz, neo soul driven shit, and I thought it was really cool. Yeah. And I go back to the Chris Brown moment. Mm-hmm. When I think of Robert Glasper, and that's when I do want to call him underrated. Is like, not the mainstream public eye. Right. If you go and say, "Oh, I'm listening to Robert Glasper," they're gonna go, "Who the fuck is that?"
Exactly.
But if you know, you know. Yeah. Like he makes some fire fucking music.
Oh, for sure.
And same thing. The group, the camp that he's in, they help fuel that as well. Robert Glasper probably wouldn't be Robert Glasper without them.
Without those people. Yeah, man.
So we'll say
I think he's an overrated, underrated guy. He's like you said.
So overrated from the perspective of his group doesn't get enough cred. Yeah. And then underrated from the perspective of mainstream media probably doesn't talk about him enough. Does that sound right?
In a sense. Like, I mean, and it's not like necessarily talking, but a lot of people just don't know about him.
That's
and
facts.
So I mean he's done a lot of work.
Oh yeah.
That, film scoring, just he's really getting into that now. So I mean, he's adding to the list of just dope things that he's been doing. So a lot of inspiration comes from him. Stuff that I do too. So
hell yeah.
It's just like, man, you gotta give him his flowers.
Hell yeah. So here's a bouquet for you, Robert.
Here's some roses, man.
Here's some roses.
Roses might be a little too might be too intimate or something. Here's some daisies, man.
Here's a dandelion.
Here's a dandelion, bro. Go blow it. No,
whoa, pause now. Hold on.
Wow.
Man, we really getting crazy over here.
I'm not.
Not on this side.
All right.
Let's get it.
The arch. Well, growing up in St. Louis, the arch is hella overrated.
I agree. But I feel like outside world, do you think it's overrated?
I don't know. I just think it's overrated.
That's valid. Because that's valid. Talk about it. You good?
I mean, I've never moved. I've always lived in St. Louis.
Right.
So
same.
I've been to the arch one time. And
you didn't want to go back. Said, fuck that shit.
I've been to the arch one time in my life. And I mean, like, going
and going up in there.
Obviously, I've seen it, walk past
it. Right. But actually going in the arch,
once. And that's all I needed. I was like...
Yeah, there's not much... There really ain't much to it. Like
nothing else to do here, so...
The one thing about the arch that always freaked me out is... I've probably gone in the arch twice my whole life. I've lived in St. Louis for 31 years. That lets you know how honestly overrated the arch is. But I remember when you go up there, you can feel the wind moving the arch, and after that, I was like, I'm good. I'm not going back up there, bro.
I'm getting back down.
That sounds horrible. But now from my perspective, I do think it's overrated. I agree with you on that. But I almost think like people outside of St. Louis, they might look at it as a cool architectural piece of St. Louis or something.
Like people that come here, they're like, "Oh, I've always wanted to see the arch."
Like gateway to the Midwest.
Yeah, I'm like, come on, man. This is gateway to some other shit.
Gateway to some bullshit. Yeah. I swear to God. So we're gonna say the arch is overrated then.
It's very.
Yeah.
No offense, y'all. I mean, I'm sure those guys, whoever built it, y'all had a dream, but. I mean,
it turned into a nightmare.
It just turned into regular,
it is just kind of a regular piece of fucking. Yeah. See, I almost wonder if like somebody in New York, if they look at the Statue of Liberty the same way. They
probably do.
You know, that I feel like if you grow up with that shit, you're like, this shit's fucking. I can do this every day of my life.
Or like the Washington Monument. Like I remember going to DC a few years ago, and like. I was on the highway driving past it because I was going somewhere else. And I'm just like, dog, like I've never seen it.
Yeah,
like, that's super cool.
Yeah, it's not like, familiar with you. So yeah,
somebody else living there is probably like, man.
Yeah, they're like, I see this shit every day, man. Yeah, I feel like unfamiliar territory makes things cool every time. So, yeah. But yeah, the arch. If you're gonna go up there, be ready. It's probably gonna be swinging, so be careful.
Yeah, just be careful. If you're afraid of heights, just be careful. All right,
that's real.
I hope this says Kobe Bryant.
Oh shit!
No, I'm just playing. What if it did?
That'd be crazy. That'd be the pool of the century.
Oh my god!
Ain't no way, bro. Who is this? How did he do that shit, bro? That was actually kind of crazy.
No, that was actually weird.
Yeah.
It says Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
And I didn't look at it.
I knew when he said that, I was like, I wrote Kobe in there somewhere, so maybe that's it.
I didn't read it. I promise.
That's hard. So Kobe, what do you think on Kobe, man? Overrated, underrated, perfectly rated?
Man, here we go.
I think there's a lot of perspectives for it.
Kobe's not. I just want to say he's not. I don't know if he's overrated or underrated. I just think, he's just not as respected as
valid.
As I feel like he should be.
I mean, yep.
I mean, anybody that does whatever field you're in, whether you're a doctor, whether you're, let's not talk about medical stuff. But if you're in the entertainment industry, just sports, like anything, like. If you do great work and you inspire others, you're respected.
Valid.
Especially if you're, a stand-up dude.
Yeah, you're a good person.
Solid woman. If you're, but I feel like in the sports world, Kobe gets so much like, he had Shaq, and then he was trying to be like Mike, and he's never going to be Mike. And then he's not better than LeBron.
Yep.
LeBron does more than him. He has more
people trying to scapegoat him.
Everybody's trying to, and it's like, I mean, don't get me wrong, it got worse. after. He passed. So it's like y'all really should just be like chilling on this dude. But
give him his flowers.
Give him his flowers, man. But I think Kobe, sometimes I don't think he's over or underrated.
You think he's probably perfectly rated? I think that's valid.
I just don't think he's respected, as much as he probably should be. Just from like a basis of, man, you were a
incredible
great athlete,
shit. Yeah,
and you inspired others, and it should kind of stay there.
Hell yeah.
Now, if this paper would have said LeBron James,
woof.
We'd have had a different conversation.
Oh yeah, you don't want to get it. Yeah,
well, it doesn't say LeBron James, so
that's for another day.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think with Kobe, I think kind of because we were talking about this shit on the intermission about Kobe.
Yeah.
I think with Kobe, like people take his accolades at a face value level. Like they go, all right, 5 championships. He got 3 of them with Shaq. He did all this. Da da da. They just go based off that. When what we were talking about earlier is that dude literally kind of almost had the same genetic attributes of like a basic shooting guard.
Yeah.
But he willed himself
for sure
to a better skill set, better like all these the Mamba mentality shit. Like he trained himself to become he's probably the most fine-tuned NBA player we've ever seen.
Yeah,
I'm not saying he's the greatest, but he's the most fine-tuned.
For sure.
And I think Kobe people don't value that part of him enough when they talk about him. They go straight to championships. They go straight to legacy with LeBron, Mike. I'm not even looking at that with Kobe anymore. With Kobe, I look at it now and I go, all right, this dude literally... Because I read his little... You remember he had that book that he released like... It was like during the pandemic. It was like...
Not Mamba Mentality?
I think it was the Mamba Mentality book. I read that book. And, it's like a paragraph a page. It's not like something crazy. But it was inspirational. Yeah. And it did, kind of change my view of how I looked at things. And I feel like I could kind of understand Kobe's mindset a little better with like the... Yeah. He didn't leave... If there was a flaw, he was fixing the flaw.
For sure.
And I don't think a lot of NBA players do that anymore.
Don't. It's like, I look at LeBron, and this is, obviously, I'm not a LeBron hater, but...
I am.
Here's the LeBron hater.
I am.
I respect everybody. I respect all of them. I respect Jordan, Kobe, and LeBron. And I have a lot of respect for LeBron, especially when you're looking at passing the game down to your children.
Oh, yeah.
That's about as far as that list goes. I respect him for things, but I respect him for the family, the intangibles, the things that he's doing off the court. Mm-hmm. I still respect him on the court, but, anyway, different conversation.
He's just a little corny.
Yeah, he's just a little corny. He's a little baby. He's always crying, and I'm like, I can't handle it.
I can't either. I really can't.
But he's a great actor. I'll say that.
Yes.
And that's, for people who aren't sarcastic, that was sarcasm. Go watch
that
Space Jam 2. Go watch Space Jam 2.
Boy,
you'll know what I'm talking about.
That shit.
Let's just not.
If you do it's crazy though. If you do a side by side of Space Jam 1 and Space Jam 2, Space Jam 1 is like fucking here, and
it's level.
Yeah, LeBron, I don't know. He's like Pat Mahomes. I feel like they're both in the same realm where they're like really great, but their TV savvy shit is just corny.
It's so bad.
It's just corny.
If you want to be better, you got to put in work. I'm like, bro, if I hear you say that line one more time, like, I hear you say that line one more time.
The one LeBron commercial that I really did like, though, like everything I think he does, genuinely, maybe it's because I'm a hater. I just think it's corny as shit.
This isn't the hate LeBron segment.
This isn't. And LeBron, I do respect you, bro. You are definitely top 2 in my book. But there was a commercial with Nike. I don't know if you remember back in the day. It was like 3 different LeBrons.
Oh, yeah.
With the pool. Yeah.
The afro.
That shit was good.
That was tough.
That was a good commercial. That was peak. But after that, he got corny as fuck.
But I feel like, what were we talking about?
Kobe. Yeah. Wait, we talking about LeBron? What the fuck?
But with the Kobe stuff, man, it's I feel like he inspires people, man, to be their best version of themselves. And it's like anybody that's doing that, just, man, come on, man, just let them be, man, and just take that, like some of his like interviews, man.
Oh, it's game. It's free
like,
game. Yeah.
Dude, like what are you on? Like he says some stuff
Different
like,
thinker.
that I'm just like, yeah, if but also, for people who maybe, are people who really listen to podcasts, who people listen to people's live stories, it's that was Kobe.
Yeah.
And that was his life.
That was.
And it's like you can't the Mamba mentality is Kobe Bryant. So walking around here saying, "Oh, I got Mamba mentality," it's like
nah.
It's
not everybody.
Put it to rest with him.
Yeah,
and, it was there for inspiration, but Kobe's life is different than everybody's life, and your life is different than Kobe's life.
Exactly.
And it's like, do what works for you. That worked for him.
Hell yeah.
And that was who he was. He embodied that.
That's real.
And it wasn't some gimmick. That was
Kobe just
Bryant.
Yeah, that was his process.
And so with LeBron, which is why I respect LeBron and Jordan, like they're different.
They do their own process. Yes, and I respect that.
And I respect LeBron's process. I mean, he's showing you that at 39, averaging almost 30.
I can't lie, it's crazy. Actually,
I'm 27 and my back hurts thinking about what if I was 39.
Shit,
playing 40 minutes, 30 minutes, like. That's ludicrous, man.
You lucky if you're getting 5 out of me.
Man, it's like, so I respect all of that, but with Kobe, I'm gonna take it, with a grain of salt, man. Kobe's the best, man. Kobe,
hell yeah.
Jordan, laid the foundation, and Kobe took it to a different level.
Yeah,
and I feel like
built upon it.
LeBron, there are still. To me, I'm not gonna say holes in his game, but there are like when LeBron gets to the free throw line, it's just like
he could crumble. You never know. His consistency lacks there, man. And LeBron, like you said, different process for each of them. They all had different mentalities. But I do always feel like, and it's so cliche, but I feel like Kobe and Mike, they were doing everything in their power to win the game themselves. Yeah. Where LeBron, I feel like he's doing everything in his power to win the game with everybody.
Yeah.
And it's valued at different paces. People be like, oh, well, he's more team-oriented. And then people be like, oh, well, Mike and Kobe were more self-oriented. It's like, it doesn't matter.
They both wanted to win.
Because they both wanted to win. Exactly.
They just have different ways of going about it.
Yep. They followed a different process, and the NBA has been around long enough that was bound to happen.
For sure.
Where another GOAT was going to do some GOAT shit in a different way.
And the game changed.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, yeah.
We saw Kobe evolve. We saw Kobe go from, I'm about to give you 50 every night. 40
I'll give you 28, 8 and 8.
So,
yeah.
Like, getting my teammates involved and, so
play elite defense.
The game changes, But I don't get into the whole stats and the whole, well, LeBron played the Warriors. Jordan and Kobe have never seen a team.
I hate that shit.
I don't get into all that stuff.
I hate that shit.
All that stuff is, you just can't.
And you're creating what if scenarios.
Yeah.
Like I hate when people do what if the 97, 98 Bulls played the Warriors now? They'd probably lose. I'm like, guess what? We'll never fucking know.
Don't know that,
we'll never know, but we do know that Mike got 6. We do know that Kobe got 5.
Yep.
We do know what LeBron got 4 or he got 5.
LeBron is 4 and 6, I think.
LeBron, we know we have the tangibles laid out for us, so we can argue that. But what we can't argue is the what ifs.
Yeah,
like,
because my thing is, you say 6-0 doesn't matter, but if that's the case, 4-6 doesn't matter.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
You say he went 4 times. LeBron fans are always saying like, well, he went 10 times, and it's like, if I go 10 times to the grocery store and I come back 4 times, I come back with groceries.
Less than half of those times I forget everything, then I'm fucking up the house.
Yeah, something's not adding up.
Woo!
But anyway,
it's getting hot in here. So Kobe, perfectly rated. Perfectly rated. Valid. Shout out Kobe, man. We love Bean.
R.I.P. Let's see.
R.I.P. baby.
Oh, I like this one because I'm not really a Denver Nuggets fan.
Okay. Yep, I already know what this one is.
Nikola Jokic.
Yeah.
I will say, I don't know, man. I think he's this is overrated and underrated has 2 sides to it because it's like overrated by who? Underrated by who?
Yeah, right,
and
right.
I will say by, the average NBA consumer, the average watcher, I think they underrate.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
But I think the league, they
gas him up a little much. Yeah. Well, the thing with Jokic, I feel like everything you just said, I agree with. Like he to the average NBA fan, they go, "Who's this big dude?" Like he just doesn't do flashy shit.
Oh yeah.
But he'll come up, that motherfucker going in, bro, every time.
Yeah.
It's crazy because like a year and a half ago he was doing the same shit he's doing now, and I was like, how long is he gonna be able to keep this shit up?
Sure.
Like he's not gonna be able to just consistently hit shots from everywhere on the floor.
Yeah.
And he has. He's
been doing it, man.
He really, man, give him. So what? He got 1 ring and 2 MVPs, 3 MVPs, two MVPs. Yeah. In 10 years from now, Nikola Jokic will probably have 3 to 4 NBA championships, possibly.
Yeah.
If he gets to that status, I think we will eventually talk about him in the GOAT conversation.
Maybe.
I really think he can get there.
But, I definitely think so.
But he's got to keep the trajectory.
Yeah.
He can't pull the foot off the pedal.
Yeah.
Because the shit he's doing right now is crazy. He'll give you a triple-double on perfect efficiency. Like, not missing shots. Yeah. It's nuts.
I want to see this for myself. I really want to see him and Luka team up.
Woo!
But because to me...
that would be a problem.
That would be a crazy problem. But
Two best players right there.
They are actually... they're not from the same country, are they?
Where the fuck is...
Because Slovenia, that's where Luka is from.
Yeah, he's from... And Jokic is Serbian. Yeah,
Serbian.
So they're
okay.
they're different.
Well, they're different, yeah.
But still, they're both Euro
they
guys.
are.
So
and
they can... Yeah.
Like, when I'm watching All-Star games, I'm like, they're always, like...
chummy.
Man.
Yeah.
So I'm like, one day...
that'd be a nasty...
I've always...
The pick and pop.
Oh, my God.
Pick and roll is
would be
unstoppable. No, literally, no one could stop that.
But he's much like Luka in a way, like, they play... And James Harden was, like, on this for probably... Because Luka, to me, is another James Harden.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
But, like, James Harden has that game where it's like... On TV, man, he looks like he's moving in slow motion.
Yeah,
but it's like he's still giving you 35, 30, and Luka and same with Jokic. Just like Jokic, like literally, like it looks like he's just walking up.
Yeah, jogging,
and like he's
putting
40,
15, 15 on your ass.
And it's like, how is this dude? But he understands, man. Like he's, he almost has that. I mean, look at him in the offseason, not really doing much.
He's just riding horses.
Riding horses. But it's like, dude has a great sense of balance, man. Like,
oh, yeah.
I feel like Kobe is one of those extreme cases where it's like he eats, sleeps, and breathes basketball.
Hell
but
yeah.
Jokic has that incredible balance, man, where he's like, I'm a better player when I don't keep basketball at the forefront of my
when he can treat basketball like it's a side gig.
He treats it like a job.
Yeah,
I think he quoted that, like, that he feels like NBA is just a job for him and it's not.
Yep.
So when he shows up, he has that, that free mind of just like, man, I'm here.
I'm just doing my job.
I'm gonna have some fun, bro. I don't know about you, but finna chill, drop 15, 40, and 15. Like, he's not that guy that's, super flashy, but, much like Luka, I feel like they got that game where it's just like so smooth, just
crazy.
They seem like they're not doing much until you look at the stat sheet.
I feel like the thing they're both the best at is they control the pace.
They do.
If you're I think that's the future of the NBA too, to be honest. I think if you can play slow and get 30 points a game, you are one of the best players in the NBA, because you slow down the other team by playing like that. And you're in control of your team's pace. The two best players are doing it are Luka and Nikola Jokic. I don't know. I feel like Joker, though, I think he's mainstream media-wise, I'm going to say, like, just to the average viewer, he is underrated.
He is.
Because people don't... I mean, just the shit he did on his finals run last year was unheard of. Like, I thought... Fuck, it's crazy.
He destroyed the Lakers.
He might...
And I was pissed.
He might, in a couple years, be better than Shaq. That's an early statement there. He's like, Thomas is like, I'm gonna respectfully disagree.
I'm such a Shaq dude. Like,
I'm a Shaq fan through and through.
Because he's my top 5. He's in my top 5. And I know a lot of people Shaq is not in there. They'll put Kareem in there before they put Shaq.
Valid, right.
Like I said, I'm not tripping off of Kareem. If you look at Kareem's stats, you got to compete with Jordan if that's the case.
Yeah, right.
You can put him and Jordan right up there together.
Yeah, points, championships.
I look at somebody who is unstoppable.
Yeah, who can you? Yeah, and Shaq is the most unstoppable player.
Is there.
I think if he continues to do what he does for he's just automatic bucket, and he ain't missing jumpers, he's fucking getting boards, assists, he runs the offense, but different strokes for different folks. I feel like they're both the same level of dominant, just with different skill sets.
Sure.
Like,
he definitely is a better free throw shooter.
Yeah, shit. That could not be more like opposite of free throw shooters right there. But just imagine Shaq if he just shot like 70%, 75% from the line.
I like what Kobe said. It stirred some people up, but Kobe was like, man, if Shaq was like me, and he was like, if he worked out like I did,
Shaq would have been the greatest. He'd be the GOAT. He'd be the GOAT by far.
Not even close.
Yep, I agree.
And they might have 6, 7, 8 rings. Like, I don't know.
Damn.
But people always talk about Shaq left because of Kobe, and it's like time and time again he's proven and told everybody that he left because he was looking for more money.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Shaq.
And the Lakers would not pay him, and the Lakers felt like he was getting old.
I mean, and that's, if you look into the later years of Shaq's career, that's why he was bouncing from team to team, is because he's like, well, shit, I want to get that check while I still can play.
Because the Lakers saw that, and they saw that he was getting older, breaking down a little bit. And, I mean, you got to think D-Wade carried him to that next time.
That's true. So he really did. That was peak Dwayne Wade.
And so, I think, Shaq hasn't, as much as they say about, Kobe or D-Wade, Shaq has not won without. You had Penny Hardaway, but you didn't win.
That's true. He didn't. Not by himself.
Kobe, you won 3.
He had D-Wade, in a weird way, Shaq had to be Robin. But he was still Batman.
I mean, in his case,
38 a games. In that one playoff run, 38, 14, and fucking 4 is just crazy.
That's stupid.
But anyway, let's move on to the next one. So Jokic is underrated? Are we going to stamp him as underrated?
Let's just say underrated. Just say underrated.
I think that's valid. We like the Joker, man.
Wow, this is just
rattling him off. I know what I'm doing here,
man. Chick-fil-A.
Oh! Y'all see it? Y'all see it? Ooh, hold up.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like,
hold up. We get it right back.
Oh, bet. All right, so
we're not missing time on this.
Next underrated, overrated is Chick-fil-A. Let me take a sip.
Let's. Ooh. Same.
Speaking of Chick-fil-A,
I drank that shit to the bones.
Yep.
Pause.
To the pause. We had 2 pause moments.
We had 2 or 3.
2 or 3. Most podcasts average, boy.
Yeah, probably 10. So we're slowing it down here.
We're doing pretty good. We're pacing ourselves. Chick-fil-A. Just because, this is my company, and
hell, CEO Thomas Paden right here, baby.
I'm gonna say underrated. I'm gonna say underrated.
Damn, that's a hot take.
That's a hot take. I say underrated because, there are still some people who choose, Popeyes.
Yeah.
And
or
KFC,
another chicken place. Yeah.
All these. Let's just leave that there. I'm not going to talk about these other places and how they don't measure up to Chick-fil-A. But Chick-fil-A has, I mean, come on now. When you think about a fast food place and you're talking about getting in and getting out.
They got a system.
Your order being right.
Yep. They don't be fucking that shit up.
They don't. They might fuck up your name. But
they ain't gonna fuck up the order.
They're not gonna mess with it, and that's just spelling.
I'm not even worried. You can fuck my name up if you give me 2 sauces.
Exactly. But not only are they gonna be polite, They're going to like, it feels like when you're there, it's like a family atmosphere. It's like,
hell yeah.
Some of the best service, quickest service. They get you in and out. I mean, the things that Chick-fil-A does, though, like, you got to think, like, when it comes, like, I mean, they be giving out scholarships.
Oh, they're charitable, bro.
I mean, they're a very solid fast food restaurant. So,
hell yeah.
I mean, to me, they're number one.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to say Chick-fil-A is number one. And so, for that reason, I'm definitely going to say underrated. Because it's like, I mean, if I had to work, I've always told myself, like, nah, I ain't working fast food. But if I had to.
You go Chick-fil-A? Yeah, I mean, I feel like out of all the fast food joints, it'd probably be the most tolerable one to work at. Yeah. And I agree. I think Chick-fil-A, like, so I think I saw a stat. I don't know how right or wrong it is. I'm probably just going off my memory here. It was like a post that Puberty posted or something. And Chick-fil-A is the number one fast food restaurant on the planet. Like, it gets the most customers. It surpassed McDonald's. Wow. I think either a year ago. That is hard to do because McDonald's is like fucking... I mean, we know what McDonald's is. It's a fucking power machine of a fast food joint.
Double the amount of restaurants.
Oh, yeah. And there's McDonald's everywhere. Yeah. Where there's, you probably get one Chick-fil-A for every 3 McDonald's, you know? Yeah. But, yeah, I think Chick-fil-A, like, and I was telling you about this. I don't know if you've tried them yet, but the chicken biscuits for their breakfast meal, I swear that is the best shit ever.
I'm a chicken minis guy.
Oh, that's valid.
Those are good.
Chicken minis be hitting too.
They be hitting.
But you gotta get the regular and the spicy in the morning. Get a little honey. Put some honey on that bitch. It's just the biscuits are super savory and buttery and delicious, and the chicken every time. I don't care.
Smacks
every time. Literally, like tenders, nuggets, sandwich. I still gotta try the salad. You were hyping up the salad today.
I'm telling y'all, man. That Cobb salad is. And they got like the Southwest salad.
Oh yeah, I've seen those too. Those look fire too.
But I mean that Cobb salad, man.
That's peak.
You cut up them chicken strips.
Yeah.
And then you take that avocado lime ranch dressing.
Woo.
Avocado lime ranch dressing.
That shit just sounds good.
Just get that and shake it up.
It's gonna pop off.
I even order fries with that.
Damn.
It kind of ruins the fact that it's healthier option.
At least you're getting some greens with it. At least you're getting some fiber.
So, I always, man, and shout out to Chick-fil-A once again, for the cool cups. And
we love the styrofoam.
I'm still waiting on my whatever they called it. They called it we have a this is another pause moment. They said we have a fun surprise awaiting for you very soon.
Ooh.
Check your inbox. And I was like, okay.
Damn, they slid into his DMs.
They slid into my DMs, man. And
that's crazy.
What's crazy is Chick-fil-A slid into my DMs first. I wasn't thirsty going looking for.
Hey, can I get a free meal, man? What's up? I know what you doing on them free meals.
And they asked me right off the top, like, "Yo, what's your favorite thing to order from Chick-fil-A?"
Hell yeah!
Like, I mean, you know it. Look at my story.
I just posted it. Yeah,
I just posted it.
Hell yeah!
So let's get with it. Like, let's get to it. Like, why are we wasting time?
Yeah, you know what I want. Give me a free meal or like give him a placement on a commercial.
Thank you.
I'd love to see. You know them commercials where it's like a customer and then the Chick-fil-A worker sitting on the couch talking? I'd love to see you in that bitch. Just
I'll be ready, dog. And I'm like, so little side note, shout out to Dave Bruce. Shout out to Devin Bruce. Dave Bruce. I used to play at a church called Hope Church.
Dope.
And the pastor's brother is Dave Bruce. Dave Bruce owns the Chick-fil-A in De Pere.
Oh, nice.
And he owns the Chick-fil-A in West County Mall. And now his son used to be the manager. Now his son is getting his own franchise.
Damn.
So the son, he's the Chick-fil-A that's being built in Creve Coeur. Shout out to Devin. That's his first franchise. Chick-fil-A.
Oh, that's sick. There we go.
Every time I've gone to those locations, I've gotten free food. Shout out to them.
Hooked up. Hell yeah.
Shout out to them, man. Doing great things. And so I've actually, when it came to Chick-fil-A, man, especially if I didn't hear from Dave or Devin, like, I was like, I'm with it, man. I'm about this. Like, it's good food. The price ain't too bad.
Yeah, it's probably one of the more affordable fast food options, in my opinion. Like,
So Chick-fil-A definitely
underrated.
Underrated, man.
Y'all heard it here, man.
You heard it here first, man.
Give this man a placement in a commercial and then free fucking Chick-fil-A for a year.
Come on, man.
Y'all do that to everybody. It's to other random people. Thomas deserves one.
Come on, man. I'm trying to help y'all out, man.
I swear. Free promo.
Oh, dude, this is good, man. Quincy Jones.
Woo! A legend. First
Quincy
of all.
Jones, man. Shoot. Overrated, underrated.
That's a tough call, to be honest. Because he's so popular.
He's so popular.
But also, like, if you talk to like a fucking 18 or 20-year-old these days, you say Quincy Jones, they say who?
Yeah, they don't know. I would say, yeah, I guess it depends on who you're talking to with this one. You know, like you said, if you're talking to the younger generation, definitely underrated.
Yeah.
And that's almost with anybody.
I think even in the older generations, he's underrated. Like, yeah.
And a lot of people, it's because you don't have the knowledge and you don't know what he's done. Yeah. And it's you know, when it comes to movies, when it comes to, you know, music, you know, I mean, most people will know him from Michael Jackson, but I mean, people don't know him for, you know, The Wiz, or they don't know him for, you know, I know, Austin Powers, like,
that is true. That's kind of crazy to think about.
Quincy Jones his range.
Yeah, it's like probably
ridiculous.
You could argue it might be the most wide range for any producer ever.
For
like
sure.
because he's worked with like, you know, The Wiz and then all that stuff, and then he has worked with the greatest pop artists ever. Like that, and he's been vocal recently too about how he wrote a lot of those songs for Mike, which, you know, like, granted, back then we were probably like, oh, he's just producing them, and Mike and whoever was writing them, but really Quincy was doing a lot of the writing for that shit, which is, I mean, he's a genius. I mean, we wouldn't have gotten any of the Michael Jackson classics without Quincy. Man. Like, you know, I think he's, even for the older generations, I would say underrated, because I just don't, I think, like you said, I don't think people are going to the details of like, oh shit, he's done all these movie scores too, and he's helped write for all these other artists, and like, clearly he helped with Michael Jackson's career. Sure. Like, that's probably his most notable accolade.
One of my favorite things is, you know, obviously, you know, for a lot of people who don't really know how the process of, you know, writing and creating music and all that stuff works, it's like, you know, people who are involved, I mean, they play so many different parts. And it's like, you know, I think one of the coolest parts, I was listening to Quincy Jones, I think he was on a podcast or maybe some interview of whatever. And he, you know, was talking about, you know, the process of making Off the Wall, which Off the Wall is viewed as arguably the greatest record of all time. I mean, you think, I mean, musically.
Peak Michael Jackson, peak Quincy.
For sure.
I agree.
And he had a comment saying, you know, there was a part in one song in particular that Michael did not like. And Michael,
I think I remember this. Yeah, keep going though.
He was like, man, I hate that part. It's not fitting in the groove. It's not, you know, and it's that song, Don't Stop Till You Get Enough. Yep. And it's that famous string line.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's what everybody knows.
That's the most memorable part of the song.
Memorable part of it. And it's like, so, you know.
He saw before Mike could see it.
He did.
Like, and that's really, that is the definition of what a producer is. The artist can display whatever, but it's the producer's job to uncover the hidden gems that you could do on it.
And it's like telling Michael Jackson no. It's like,
that's crazy.
That's another part. It's like, as a producer, you know, I've had to deal with that as a producer. Now, a lot of artists that I work with, they're actually, I haven't worked with a lot who are super ego driven.
Yeah, they're more open-minded.
They're more open-minded.
Yeah, but telling Mike, the GOAT?
Come on, like, no, dude, we need to keep this. Yeah. It's like, that takes a lot of guts, but I mean.
No, I disagree, Quincy.
Chris Tucker still does the best Michael Jackson impression.
Hey, but people say that Michael Jackson, when he would talk, like, outside of him being like his public persona, he had a deep ass voice.
Regular voice.
Yeah, like I just think it'd be wild if Hey, what's up? How you doing?
I mean, it's like, but you gotta think,
Michael.
It's part of his persona and part of his, what he wants people to see.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want people to think I still sound like I'm 15 years old, but at the same time, like that was literally his persona and how he rocked with it. But yeah, no, that's Quincy Jones is definitely
underrated.
Because I just think it's just, man, the body of work, bro. Like,
yep.
Same with like a Robert Glasper, man. It's just like, obviously Quincy's on a different level. But same conversation with Robert. It's just like, until you know, like how much,
understand the nuance and the details of what he actually did. Yeah,
it's like, yo, if you knew it, you'd be like,
yeah, this motherfucker is him.
His music Quincy Jones' music is everywhere.
Literally, you might not realize how everywhere it is. Yeah,
man, but
swear,
like people, you've heard that. It's just like you don't even know.
You've probably hummed a Quincy Jones melody at one point in your life,
for sure.
At least at one,
for sure, man.
So, I feel like that was a fire overrated, underrated list. You like that one?
No, you literally between Chick-fil-A, Kobe, Quincy. Everything.
I usually try. I do my homework, and I know you already. So it's like, all right, I know what to write down. I know what he can talk about. I know what we can rap about. So, damn, man, this was a great episode. I'm really excited to share this with everybody and shit.
It was a lot of fun, man.
Hell yeah.
A lot of fun.
So before we get out of here, I usually like to ask my guests if they want to leave the people with something, a message, if you want to promo some music, if you want to talk, leave them with a motivational Thomas speech, or if you just want to say, peace out, go get some fucking Chick-fil-A, you can do that too.
I like that last one. I like that one.
Hell yeah. Leave them with the message, Thomas. What do we got, man?
First and foremost, go get more Chick-fil-A.
You heard it here.
And then secondly, man, this is 2024, man. It's already started off as, with everything that's going on with the wars, and there's just so many things.
It's heavy.
It's a heavy year, and I'm sure it's gonna be a heavy year for a lot of people. So I mean, just stay praying. If you don't believe in anything, probably now is a good time.
He ain't lying.
To believe in something and to
find that man upstairs,
man. And to just find your peace, man, and just also find ways to show more love. That's what we need in this world today. So just find more ways to love people. Enjoy life. I'm a young dude, so I don't know a whole lot. I'm learning. Same. But what I've learned so far is enjoy life, man. Stay praying and enjoy your family. Time flies, dude.
It does.
I know that sounds crazy to say, but I'm already 27, and I know that doesn't sound crazy. No, but time flies, bro.
It does, bro. It blows my mind. Shit, I feel you. I'm fucking 31, and I when I say that, it shocks me sometimes because I'm like, I still feel like I'm 17.
Yeah, it just lets me know when I'm 50, I'm gonna be like, man, that flew by.
Yeah, that went by quick.
So cherish, man. Cherish everything. Cherish everything, man. Because that thought of like, man, everything's over, or this is your last. All those things, man. You just wanna. You want to think back and say, you know what? I gave everything I had to this life.
Hell yeah.
I enjoyed it, and I had a great time. So have a great time, man. And you can't do that without Chick-fil-A.
See how he turned that around? I love it. That's free promo right there.
Free promo, man.
So y'all, you know what? Whenever I start getting more popping with this podcast, I need Chick-fil-A to run an ad right at the beginning. I'll be cool. No more other ads, but I'll take a Chick-fil-A ad.
I'll take a Chick-fil-A ad.
I'll be here for it.
Oh, it'd be great when, sponsors.
Yeah, hell yeah.
We'll even do a little segment like, pay those bills, man. It's like, sponsored by Chick-fil-A.
We'll do a Chick-fil-A ASMR episode. Just turn up that mic and just eat some nuggets on the mic. That's really tasty.
Man.
Oh, shit.
A lot of fun, man.
Well, it was great having you on,
Appreciate you having me, dog.
You already know, bro. Hell yeah.
This is fun.
Y'all, stay tuned. Don't change the channel. Stay tapped in with my boy Thomas.
Tap in.
Stay tapped in with Fly on the Wall. Stay tapped in with Remember Buddha. We got more coming. We are not stopping. That foot is on the pedal. Don't change the channel. Remember Buddha TV. We're out.
We're out.